When your talent speak for itself, never pretend to be great. I moved on from that Nike box, I tried to fill up a safe. You rarely turn you nothing, feel like your feelings erase. You ain't never got the chills till you shake. Homie, the streets cold. No contributions to nothing I was pursuing. I understand it's hard to call it a movement if it ain't moving. Keep your energy the same from all them days when I felt ruined. Had everything to gain, but you complain while we regrouping.
Alongside Richard Jefferson and Grant Hill, I'm Brian Anderson. We'll be joined by Allie LaForce courtside. And the Spurs start out with the ball. To the inside. Butler on the wing. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for two. That's on Franz Wagner. Now well into his 30s. Is it fair to start wondering how many seasons Jimmy Butler has left, Grant?
Well, it's a fair question, B.A. But at the same time, Jimmy's hunger is just so different than everybody else's, which I could see helping prolong his career.
Pass to Towns. Knocked away. And stolen by Adebayo. Down low. Soft touch off the glass.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. You'll gladly take those.
Now here's Towns. And it's Towns with the power finish.
Yeah, going right for the iron. Towns muscling his way through.
Adebayo from long range. Rebounded by Trent. Now the Knicks with it. Ball with it. Now guarded by Butler. Inside. Towns down low. Pass to Turner. To the paint. Here's Trent. And the layup is good off the glass.
Good find there by Turner. He sees an opening and swiftly feeds the ready shooter.
White. Goes back up. And it's Edey missing. First quarter, just over a minute and a half in. Towns for three. Perfect night so far, 2 for 2.
3 out of 3, perfect start. Let's see how long they can ride this wave.
Pass to Wells. White for three. San Antonio again can't hit.
Just haven't found their offensive footing yet, only managing to sink one of their first 5 shots.
And here's Ball. Marked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call. Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Tom Thibodeau gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. We talked about the task of facing Jimmy Butler, the fiery wing. Coach said, you can talk about the scouting report all you want with Jimmy, but he brings the extra dimension. Butler has the attitude that is unmatched in the league. The passion of Jimmy Butler in full focus tonight, Brian.
And Allie, thank you for that. Well, Grant, one thing about this Knicks team, they have a clear identity.
Yeah, they have the mentality of their city, New York City, playing the game with passion and in-your-face attitude. And, of course, these Knicks leave it all out on the floor.
Towns. Oh, great D that time from Adebayo.
And you don't see that every day. Usually he'll convert when he gets that close to the rim.
White, good.
We see this every night. He has the skill and versatility to keep a defense guessing.
And timeout is called by Tom Thibodeau. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. And some changes here for New York. And we're about 3 minutes into this first quarter. Porter looks it over. And it's Wiseman with the jam.
Entering the league, Porter Jr. was a scoring guard type, but he's morphed into more of a ball handler. Very impressive. Pounding it inside early and often, setting a physical tone.
Pass to Prince. Toppin outside. Fires the three. Rebounded by the Spurs. And here in the first quarter, a little over 3.5 minutes played. Right side, Porter. There's a screen by Toppin. To the middle. And a slam dunk by Toppin.
The crafty play by Porter, tripping up the defense and opening things up for another guy.
Pass to Butler. Ooh, rejected by Wiseman. Here's Edey. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty. Well, plenty of give and take so far.
There's 6 lead changes already. Both teams came to play.
And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it.
Now here's Porter. No points so far. Pass to Toppin. Here's Prince. Clock at 6. Takes the three. Sinks the tray.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You gotta show some fire and keep defending.
Their defense just falls apart once the ball goes inside. You know, I have to admire a guy like Anthony Simons. Early in his career, he was seen as undersized. But with his skill and pure athleticism, he balances the scales against bigger players. And he's become a ferocious scorer.
Here's Barnes. Williams grabs the board. The Knicks with the lead. Outside Porter. Pass to Prince. Three-pointer. And again, New York with the triple.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Simons with it. Guarded now by Williams. And Kevin Porter picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
Now here's Clarkson. Outside Carter. Nails it from three.
Carter Jr.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Now here's Porter. No points yet. Outside, Williams. punches it home.
Now that's how you use the screen right there.
And it leads to a thunderous finish. That was nice.
Yeah, you like the pick to set up the open shot. But when it leads to a dunk, okay, even better. You'll take it.
And stolen by Williams. From deep, Wiseman. And that's not going to go. Misses at the buzzer. A free-flowing first quarter. Great scoring through one. New York out in front, up by 4. And back in a moment as we'll... And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for New York.
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
Another area they've excelled in is the points in the paint. They've been able to gouge the interior defense so far in this one. And that's a powerful man right there. Towns is never going to pass up a chance to finish with authority.
And there's the call on Lonzo Ball. That's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
There's Simons with a 3. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3. Aging in the league can be a difficult process, Richard, but that's something you did very well.
Wow, a compliment. Thank you, B.A. Look, I knew I had to adapt, or I would have been out of the league sooner than I wanted to. You have to be able to adapt or die. That's what this league is about.
Simons' shot is good.
This close in, Simons is consistent. The defense really can't allow him to find that look.
Here's Ball. Pass to Towns. To the inside. Here's Turner. Trent outside. 5 on the clock. The 3 is up. The kick out to Ball. Now here's Towns. He's checked by Carter. Simons with a rebound. Spurs trail by 3. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
It does this team a lot of good when Carter is that assertive. They need him to put pressure on the D and force mistakes.
And out of bounds, San Antonio will have it. Here's Simons. 7 points in the game. Now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second. Back to Barnes. Simons with it. An easy 2 on the layup. Simons has got 9 points.
Trading the lead back and forth, neither side is willing to back down.
I'm on the edge of my seat courtside. Man, this has been a barn burner.
His playmaking is something to watch. Threading that pass right in there.
Oh, and a vicious dunk by Barnes.
Okay, HP, I see you still pack a punch. That's an impressive finish.
And Paul throws it down.
Check out the immediate response to the jam.
Oh, both sides are fired up. Here's Simons. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
I mean, he's just so electric. Simons putting on a show.
There's a screen by Turner. Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen. I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
And timeout is called by Tom Thibodeau. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments.
Making that move by Cleveland. Back is your next sitting answer.
And we're just over 2.5 minutes into the second. Pass to Porter. Back to Wagner. 6 on the shot clock. And here's Butler. The kick out to White. And he banks in the layup. And now a 4-point Spurs lead.
This run has been fueled by their Matador defense.
Well, Richard, during his 5th year in the NBA, Kobe White had a breakout season.
Doubling his numbers, BA, averaging around 20 points and 5 assists per game. Kobe's always been a great defensive player, but it's his offensive production that has really improved.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Jimmy Butler's such an all-around player. He said, I don't need to be a 40-point scorer. My role is to impact winning. I just control what I can control in the end. Play the right way, stay aggressive, and do whatever it takes to get my team to win. And Brian, he is good at his job.
Well, playoff Jimmy is a real thing, whether he'll admit it or not. And timeout is called by Tom Thibodeau. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. Down low. Here's Wiseman. Oh, sweet move. Oh, look at Wiseman throwing his weight around.
And he gives up some size inside, but makes a great adjustment on the finish.
Yeah, you can give up some size, but that shows you how fearless he is, willing to attack the basket no matter who is in front of him.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
Oh, gotta be cautious when Adebayo is in the area, showing once again that he's a legitimate shot-blocking threat.
Pass to Prince. 1:49 left in the first half of this game. Just 4 to shoot. New York needs to get one up quick. The timer ticks. Here's Butler. And it's Butler who slams it down.
What a creative slam by Butler, showing off his tremendous athletic ability.
Toppin outside. Releases. Hits the front of the rim and out.
I'm trying to think of the last time I saw him miss a shot like that. It's been a while.
White for 3. And it's New York with a rebound. .102 left to play in the first half of basketball. The shot's good. Wiseman's got 4 points now in the quarter.
And off the jump, they were effective from deep. I don't know why they haven't continued to fire from out there.
And it's Butler with the jam.
And this is where Butler wants to attack you. Ground zero.
Inside. Here's Toppin. It's Williams. High post. Tipped away. Back to Toppin. Uses the glass on the layup. Toppin's gotten his second bucket.
That's been the story of their offense so far. Getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
No coverage that time. And the Spurs lead by 10.
Getting comfortable in the second quarter. His efficiency is finally on the rise.
To the paint. Oh, and a fast break for the Spurs. He stops. He pops. And Toppin pulls it down. 3 on 3. Oh, it's stolen by Butler. Pass to Wells. With 2 seconds left. And the layup is up and in. And now it's a 12-point San Antonio lead. And so the San Antonio Spurs now holding a 12-point lead at quarter's end. Building this lead up in large part because of how well they're shooting it. All right, we'll get back to the action after this break. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. Trent outside. Back to Towns. Shot clock at 5. Adebayo grabs the board. San Antonio leading by 12. At 6'9", Bam Adebayo is on the shorter side of centers. Yet he is elite defensively, Grant.
He's been top 5 in Defensive Player of the Year voting a bunch of times. Bam has an incredible motor, a great IQ, and he's a switchable big. That's huge in today's game.
And there's a 3-second violation.
That's a costly error. Now let's see how they bounce back.
Well, they don't have time to dwell on that. They just need to learn from their mistakes and move forward. Next play.
Butler's shot is good.
Hey, they're just getting pushed around inside.
To the middle. The steal. Oh, and a fast break for the Spurs.
And I think that play tells you everything you need to know. They're simply playing at a higher level, getting a steal and turning it into quick points.
Pass to Wagner. There's a screen by Turner. The 3. And it's Wagner missing. And White has got the ball here for the San Antonio Spurs. 16-point lead, the largest margin in the game. And Franz Wagner picks up the foul. That's his 3rd foul so far. And we're just about a minute and a half into the 3rd quarter of basketball. Here's Edey. Turner covers.
An impressive shot blocker. Turner's combination of size and timing on defense is so valuable.
And then Turner with the dunk.
And what an aggressive move to the rim. He's really trying to fire up his teammates right now.
Boy, it's not hard to feel inspired after a teammate makes that kind of finish.
And that could be the spark they needed to make a little run as they try to even this thing up.
Kicks it out to Wagner. There's a screen by Turner. There's Wagner off the drive. No, stopping him there. Jams it in, and he's fouled. An opportunity at a 3-point play. It goes on Bam Adebayo. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here.
When you think about Turner, one of the best shot blockers in the league, who can also score at all 3 levels.
Here's Wagner. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Now, B.A., you know they would love for him to get more of those opportunities.
Well, that would cut into the deficit quickly if he does. Pass to Edey. And Franz Wagner picks up the foul. That'll get him his 4th foul of the game.
His 4th personal foul. We'll see how the coaching staff handles this.
Well, we're into the 3rd quarter. Just over 2.5 minutes played. Back to White. Here's Wells. Shot clock at 6. And the foul on Gary Trent. That's his first foul.
And there's just 1 foul now away from the penalty.
Here's Edey. Good, and Butler gets the assist.
Pulling no punches, attacking the heart of that defense.
And we'll have a timeout called by Tom Thibodeau. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the 3rd here. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
BA, the NBA ranks are becoming more and more global. Spurs coach Greg Popovich was ahead of the curve. He said, it's been a long process, but it's only going to grow. In the 1980s, when I went abroad, I was like a kid in a candy store. There were so many great players and people here in America just didn't realize it or respect it, or both. Guys?
That's a Hall of Fame coach who has seen and done a lot in this game, Allie. And it looks like we've got an injury on the floor. Very unfortunate as always, guys. Don't like to see this.
Oh, man, that's tough. You just never like to see this in sports.
Yeah, you just hope it's nothing serious and that he's able to get back on the court as soon as possible.
And here's White. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. That one's on Rose. Grant, how about Kobe White? Going from a bench player to one of the league leaders in minutes.
Yeah, Kobe played more than 35 minutes per game last season. Top 10 in the league. We saw White hit another level, so he has an exciting future in front of him.
Pass to Wiseman. Toppin outside. Here's Prince. Now the Spurs moving it up the floor. Wells, that's good. Wells has got 5 points now this quarter.
And at any level of basketball, the turnover differential can make all the difference.
And if you try to block his shot, you risk getting posterized because he is good at using that height to his advantage.
Down low. Here's Edey. Outside for Butler. Pass to Edey. 6 to shoot. Here's White. And a nice finish on the layup. White's got 14.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
Offensive rebound. And it's Wiseman with the jam.
Just great energy on the offensive glass. That's exactly how you cut into a lead.
Boy, a slam like that is sure to give him a spark. San Antonio leading by 13. Simons with it, and it's Toppin picking him up. Here's Carter. And he gets it to go. Give him 8.
Putting in work. Carter Jr. is a lunch pail guy who just goes about his business.
Pass to Prince. Now Toppin. That one is off. Oh, nice D from Carter. Outside Barnes. "50 seconds left in the third quarter here. And yep, it's good.
They've toned down their three-point attack in the second half, looking to protect the lead with higher percentage shots.
Fires for 3. The Knicks pull it in. And timeout is called by Tom Thibodeau. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over.
There's just a lot of wide open lanes to the rim here. That'll drive your coach nuts.
Yeah, we can see over here, the coach, he has some choice words for his team. Words we cannot repeat.
Knicks trail by 17. "30 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. And it's Wiseman missing. And it's Simons with the ball for San Antonio. A 17-point lead, their biggest. Their next game is at Barclays Center in Brooklyn for a game with the Nets. They're getting into the back half of a 4-game road trip.
Their ball movement on this run has been tremendous. It's led to a lot of good, clean, open looks.
Outside Porter. Pass to Toppin. Up and over Carter. Porter. And so it's San Antonio. They have a confident 20-point lead right now. Their efficiency has been off the charts.
69.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. San Antonio leading by 20. All right, a chance to check in on Bam Adebayo. What do you have, Allie?
Hey, guys, the head athletic trainer for San Antonio provided some info for us. I was told it's a knee sprain. Not great news by any stretch, but luckily it wasn't anything major. Right in the middle of the schedule, some unfortunate timing for sure. We wish him the best on his recovery. Brian?
Okay, thanks for the update. Good to get that information. Now we know how things are coming along, Grant.
That's true. It's the uncertainty factor with injuries that can be so hard to handle.
And you never want to speculate. So it's nice for us, and especially his teammates, to get some facts.
Trent with it. Now guarded by Simons. Kicks it out to Wagner. Rebound by San Antonio.
I don't know if he got in his own head there or what, because the defense can't really take credit for that miss.
Barnes, it's good.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
Here's Ball. Double clutches. Can't capitalize inside.
It seemed like he changed his mind during the layup, tried to pull off another shot, and choked. What he might lack in height at the 4 spot, he makes up for it with his burst.
Kicks it out to Wagner. Back to Ball. Grant, it seems like teams today are much more data-driven than in years past.
Yeah, I agree, B.A. It's much more sophisticated. And, of course, coaches and executives are still watching the games and forming their gut opinions. But now those impressions can be cross-checked with the numbers.
And we've got a timeout called by Greg Popovich, looking to get everyone dialed in and engaged. San Antonio leading by 21. And let's get an update on Derrick Rose's injury. Allie, you got anything?
I was able to catch up with New York's head athletic trainer. Unfortunately, it doesn't sound good at all. He's likely going to be out for a while. It is a major loss right in the thick of the season. Other guys will have to step up. Let's see who answers the call.
Okay, Allie, thank you. Boy, this injury definitely looks like it could be serious, guys.
Here's hoping it's not, but yeah, this team may have to get used to playing without him for a bit.
And you just hate to see any injury, but potentially a serious one like this breaks your heart.
We've made our way through just over a minute and a half of this fourth quarter. Pass to Wells. Nice pass, nice catch, and a resounding dunk.
When guys are moving the ball, sharing it, it makes the game so much more fun, both as a player and as a fan.
San Antonio leading by 21. Inside. And he jams it home with authority.
And just shredding apart the defense with his passing. He's helping to pace this offense so well.
He's locked in with his teammates right now, setting guys up in perfect position.
There's Ball with a 3. The rebound by Edey.
It's tough to get open in this league, and when you do, it hurts not to capitalize.
To the inside. Wells. And the foul on Gary Trent. That's foul number 2 for him. More and more, we're seeing international players come into the league who are NBA ready, Grant.
It really is a sight to see, B.A. And some of those guys start playing pro ball when they're 16 or 17 years old. It toughens you up real quick playing against older competition at that age.
Counted from distance. Ball's got 5 points now this quarter.
As a pass-first player, you like to see Lonzo call his own number out of that two-man game and be aggressive.
Back to Butler. Inside. Edey. And a great assist by Butler as that one goes.
That's 3 buckets in a row off assist.
Pass to Turner. Towns down low. And it's powered home by Towns.
Yeah, 6'11", 250 pounds. Towns is such a tough guy to keep off the glass.
Butler with the ball. Guarded now by Ball. Tipped. Trent outside. To the middle. Stripped away. And